It's the next day.
It's the next day. It's early.
Poured last night, but beautiful like there's snow.
Yeah, it's early now because we're going to do this before we start our work in the shop. Why? Because the mess is on the desk.
That's right.
So what we have here, we have an MC600B made by Boss. It's an all-terrain system. And what I mean by an all-terrain system, it's not only meant for motorcycles, it's a sound system that could be put in a side-by-side or a quad or aeroplane, whatever, you know. And it runs, you can hardwire to a 3.5 plug that comes with a plug-in area, or you could have it broadcast through your Bluetooth. This is going to be going on our 1980 Honda Goldwing. That started off as a standard Goldwing, which means that's a naked Goldwing, which means in the last 3 months it's gone from naked to fully clothed. Well, except for a fairing. They don't have a fairing.
No.
And this kind of was an afterthought because I didn't even know this kind of stuff existed until I started looking around the net. And of course, this stuff is as clear as mud when you go to buy it. If you start looking at reviews, you start getting confused. There's 500 people that put in a review. You got so many that don't like it, so many that says it's good, and so many people says they can't stand it. So you just gotta dig through it yourself, and you don't know. Some of them are trolls, or you just don't know these days, right? I really don't place much trust now in reviews that I read. I'd rather listen to reviews from an actual person.
That's true.
So anyway, basically the components are as we have a 800 watt amplifier, which is, well, I don't know if I'll say waterproof, water resistant maybe. And it consists of lines for left and right speakers. It has a hook up here for your remote control that will go on the bike. And it has its power cord, which is there. This is your remote. This one here, you can turn the system on or off with it by holding the top button down for 3 seconds. It will start up. It will also turn off if you hold it down for 3 seconds. I've made some adjustments to that, and I'll explain that later on. If you push down on either forward or reverse, if you keep pushing down on it, it will change the volume. In other words, this one here I think turns it down, and this one turns it up, or vice versa. I don't really remember now because I've had this
twisted around
so many ways, right? So
once it's set up, it'll be in the right direction.
If you don't keep your hand on it and you just push it, click it, it'll change automatic to the next track or the track before.
Okay.
So that's how it works. This here technically is not a button. It's just to let you know by the colors that it's searching for the Bluetooth device. Now, I've already paired this up with my phone, and once it's paired up with the phone, it will always recognize that phone when it starts up. So if the phone is in the vicinity, it will look for the last paired device, which will be that phone, which is neat. So you don't have to be pairing this thing all the time. What I did find with this, I found a few little inconsistencies with this that I'll let you know about when we get it installed. Also, it comes with a fused harness. It comes with 3 clamps. Why 3 clamps? Well, 1 for each speaker and 1 for the remote if need be. This here is a clip that goes behind the remote, slides up, and then you can attach it to your handlebar in any manner that you see fit. These here are special little clamps that you can use to put these on the purchase of your mirrors, and you can swing your speakers from them. I don't think they'll work good on metric machines because they have a big perch for their mirrors, something around 10 millimeter. But Harley Davidson got the little teeny weensy tiny ones, which is 5/16, so it worked perfect for Harley.
Great.
Yeah. These here are clamps. The chrome is very nice on them.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, and these here are clamps, and they're kind of a universal clamp. I don't know how far down they go. You can get them on a 7/8 handlebar, which this bike has, but you really got to double up on the rubbers, and these are the rubbers that come with it. We're going to be doing a kind of a little unique adaptation to this today. So the speakers themselves are waterproof, yeah, did you say they're waterproof? What I like about these speakers is the inserts in them are actually brass. So it's heavy duty, and they are quite heavy. They're a heavy speaker. And we've pre-tested this. I'd always advise people to pre-test it with a battery and just make sure everything is working, and then you're familiar with the system before you start your installation. Last week when I ordered this, I anticipated coming, well, you know the way it is with Amazon. They'll tell you exactly when you're going to get it. Mm-hmm. So what they did, or what I did, is right here, they recommend putting in a relay. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So, but I didn't have this booked in.
No.
So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put in a relay. Because I had the relays here.
That's perfect.
So what I did is I have a harness, and of course I have a relay, and I pre-wired it into the bike. So they go to their, this book will state exactly, show you exactly where they go. Like number 86 goes to the vehicle ignition wire, 87 goes to the battery, 85 goes to the ground. Well, how do you know what 85 is? Well, you can look at the spades in the illustration, or you can look down, and each one got their number right by them. Okay?
Can't go wrong.
Well, you can't go wrong, but there's been some improvements done to relays in the last year or two. And I've mentioned this before on our videos. They say a fused wire from here to the battery, right?
Right.
Okay. Now normally, with this type of relay, you will put your fused wire in.
Okay.
But, do you see a difference in them two relays?
Yes, I do.
What's the difference?
The one in your left hand's got a fuse on it.
Exactly. So now you can buy a relay with a fuse built into it, like so. So when you're looking at that instruction and it says put in a fused wire to the battery or to the ignition, you don't have to. It already has its fuse. Just put in the proper number fuse, and I think that one calls for a 10 amp. So that's already pre-done on the bike. It comes with various hardware and screws and whatnot. So it's plug and play. The problem is with motorcycles, especially with this bike here, it's not a fully equipped wing. It don't have the fairing with little pockets and places you can hide things. Mm-hmm. So you have to be inventive.
Yes. When
you're putting in this type of stuff. So come on over here and we'll have a look and see what I'm thinking about doing here. This is the wing, and you can see by the handlebar or cockpit area that it's getting
congested.
Well, it's getting congested. It's really only a windshield there and a mount for our phone, but I didn't want to put the speakers here. It starts to look cluttery, right? So,
like you said, there's limited space there anyway.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the speakers on the forward crash bar and have them pointed up.
Oh yeah.
And they'll probably get lost in with the crash bar and the engine anyway because of the color.
Yeah, won't they?
In here is going to be my little tickle trunk. Now that I have saddlebags on it, I really don't need the real estate under this false tank because her gas tank is here back. So what I plan on doing is that amplifier is going to go in this tray.
Yeah, perfect.
And it's going to be well hidden and out of the way. If you look in here, look down here. Can you see it?
Oh yes, I see. Oh, just a fuse thing.
That's the relay.
Yeah, the relay.
So if you look in here, amp.
Perfect.
So I already have that pre-done. But I think what I'm going to,
good.
yeah, I think what I'm going to do, just to show people, so people can actually see exactly what I'm doing. I think I'm going to, we'll pause it in a minute. I'll come back and I'll pull the seat, I'll pull the false tank, and that way when we put our wiring up and our stuff there, it'll look neat and tidy, and it's done, and people will be able to see it visually better in the video, because I can get away with bringing the wires up here and tucking it all the way here, but there's no way you're going to be able to film it.
No.
So we'll just pull all the stuff off. It's only going to take me 3 or 4 hours. No, it'll take me 10 minutes, and I'll have all this stuff off, and we'll come back and then we'll start the install. There you go. Seat's off. False tank is off. Tops of the bags are off. We're good to go. As you can see over here, this is where I put the relay that I wired in.
Mm-hmm.
And that tray goes over here, and that's where we're going to be putting our amp. I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount 2 speakers and run the wires up through the tube, and then come on in here.
Oh, it's coming along.
Oh yeah.
Tight space is right though.
It is that. It is that, but it's not so bad. And I'm glad I took the tank off now, because I can route the wires a bit better.
Yeah, you needed it.
Yeah. So that looks pretty neat.
It does.
It's
Location for it.
and it keeps the upper part of the cockpit cleaner,
That's right.
because you know they take up a lot of real estate up here, right? And I don't need them that close to my face. These things are quiet, these bikes,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't need it going out of its mind all the time, right? That's that side. So they're a universal clamp, which I always say universal means it fits nothing. So you know, yeah, well, you have to cut the little bit of rubber and put in there behind there to get it half decent, right? But, that'll be okay. If it gives me any trouble, I'll just have to modify it. But that's it's not going to give me any trouble. It's tight.
Well, it's tight. Looks good there. It blends in.
Yeah, it gets lost in the engine, right?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And that's what I need. So I'm going to go over to the other side. Okay, so the speakers are installed. The clamps are a little bit.
They come to this side over here.
Yeah. The clamps are a bit. Don't trip over your
Oh, yeah.
valve down there. We'll see it much better.
It worked out good.
Yeah. We'll see it much better when it comes down.
Yeah.
Right now it's stuck up in the ears, so. Next thing we'll do is we'll get that tray right there. Maybe you can hand that over to me while you're filming.
There we go.
And that tray has got to go here. And this is where our amp is going to reside.
In that box.
In that box, yeah. That's where it's going to go. So I guess the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to put the remote here. Oh, by the way, that relay that I was showing you, that has a power on and a power off from this switch here. It will power off with the ignition, but I had a switch left over, so I said, you know what? If I'm out on the road somewhere, I don't have to turn off the bike. If somebody comes up and says, I need to talk to you right away, I just hit that switch, instead of holding that button down for 3 or 4 seconds to shut it off, right? Because, you know, remember I said you have to hold it on for 3 or 4 seconds to start it or turn it off?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can do it all from here now, right?
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that other thing near now. I think what I'll end up doing is, let's see here, I'll probably end up going with some kind of a system like this, and I'll use the perch here.
Okay, yeah, put that switch there.
Yeah, mount the switch there, right? Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking about.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
right.
you're thinking about.
Yeah. Well, It's like we were just saying.
I know.
I don't know who invented the switch. Who designed it.
It's ginormous.
But I think it was probably designed for somebody who had visual problems.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah. Well, there's not much I can do about that. Well, don't put it in my head.
Yeah, next thing you know, this is all going to come back on me.
Yeah, next thing I'll be designing switches for it.
I suppose if it's too small, you can't really get your fingers on something. So
I guess if you got, we'll give them the credit of the doubt. We'll say it's because we wear motorcycle gloves.
there you go.
Right?
That works. That's an explanation I can accept.
Well, me too. and I dug real hard, real deep to get it too.
Did you?
Oh yeah. So now we have, see, this is the other thing. Why didn't they have the wire come out on the same side? Right?
I'm seeing the orientation. The switch would flip the other way for your up-down buttons. Not that it matters.
Well, if I switch it up the other way, then I get the wire sticking up, then I can't get at this switch.
There's a problem with the wires, which end are coming out.
And that's the problem, right? So it's going to have to pretty well stay where it is. Really. I guess I could have taken that bracket and probably bent it where this would come up a bit, right? Maybe that's what I'll do. Come back and see if we can change the...
Play it around with it a little.
I kind of got to change the like bring that up a little bit.
Okay.
We should. So that's basically all I did was put...
Oh yeah, bend it back a little.
vice grips and just brought it up. That way you can get a better angle of it. Well, I'm thinking we can.
You thought you could?
Oh, gosh.
That's just a big old doozy.
Putting it on the wrong way, this one. There. See, he's more up that way now, right? So, I guess, you know, you gotta deal with what you've been dealt with.
Well, that's right.
So I'm gonna have to take this now, and run these down around here and then come on up through here to meet the amp.
Yeah.
Right? So
Wire that in, then come back.
exactly.
Hello.
Man, getting to be a lot of wires down around here.
Yeah, I tell you, that little storage box is going to fill up fast.
It's well, you know, I'm glad it's there though.
Yeah, you needed it.
Well, I'm telling you, you know, you need a place to put that stuff, right?
You do.
So I don't want to drill holes and stuff.
No.
Because, you know, as much as I've taken that naked pipe and I've turned it into a bagger, I was going to say a bobber. I can put in one day, I can have it back exactly the way I bought it.
That's right.
So, what think is that?
I think it's pretty cool.
A Shakespeare.
I'm also thinking you're probably at the end of your what would we call it?
My sanity.
Well, that too. Your work on chance because you are out of real estate.
I'm getting there, yeah. The only thing I got left to do, if I was going to do anything else with chance here, I'd build a room onto them.
Well, you might need one if that keeps up.
Yeah, wicked, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it really is. So I'm going to put some Velcro here.
Yeah, it won't be bobbing around down in there.
Yeah, try to keep it from going out of its mind.
There you go. Perfect.
Now.
Even that's a big unit, isn't it?
Well, it is and it isn't. So these are marked left and right. So this is left. So the left one, we've lost the left speaker.
Oh boy, we're missing a wire.
Yeah. we lose the left speed. What is it here? So we put that there. Now, there's going to be ever so many people that's going to say, you shouldn't put dielectric grease on that. I always put dielectric grease on
Not the
stuff.
dielectric grease again.
And if they start at it again, I'm going to close the comment section again. If you don't like how I'm doing it, don't tell me how to do it. Show me how to do it.
There it is.
Because all of these armchair specialists, they just drive me nuts. And that's why I close up the comment section sometimes.
So get out of your armchair and get out and do it.
We're here to entertain. We're not here to take crap and abuse.
No,
Ain't it right?
that is true.
So I'm going to put my dielectric grease on. I'm not going to change my ways because some fool sitting home that hasn't done nothing in his life is trying to tell me how to do it.
There you go.
Because maybe the wrong guy is doing the videos. The armchair specialists are the ones that should be doing the videos. Right?
Right.
So, okay, I'm over it now.
Oh my God, you had a little bit of a meltdown.
Yeah.
I said, he's really coming unraveled.
Well, I'm over it now. Yeah. I just get short spurts of insanity.
I think you do.
Yeah, short spurts.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Short,
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Well, they don't last no more than 2 or 3 years. Sometimes. Yeah.
So now you're connecting them up.
We're connecting up the right speakers here now. So
Okay.
that's that there. Now we have to go after, hang on now, because this is
It's like a spaghetti
it could be
factory,
a lot of
isn't it?
stuff here, right?
Look at it.
Yeah, so this here is for
Power?
okay, so that stays there. Now that's for the 3.5 plug. You know, the plugs go, you don't have to have it on.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm confused.
Well, good. This is the plug. Bear with me. This is the plug. There's 2 ways you can broadcast music through your phone, through this system. It's through Bluetooth and that 3.5 plug. You know where your headphones go in?
Correct, yep.
Okay. So this here is the adapter to plug your cord in from there to the
yeah,
phone.
right.
So that stays there.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to mind his own beeswax.
Yeah.
He's staying there. He's probably pretty well insignificant. The other thing here now is this wire, okay? And this is for your control unit. And there's 2 arrows, and they line up like that, and they push
yes.
together,
Yeah.
okay? What I personally like to do with those things, I like to be able to take a little bit of tape, and I like to tape them up for 2 reasons. I got to put some dielectric down there first. For 2 reasons. I want to keep water out, and I want to keep them from coming unplugged, like I just did.
Perfect.
Because you said I come unplugged, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was unglued.
Unglued.
Same difference.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Or unraveled. Yeah,
The
same
ball
thing.
and complaining, they're all the same.
Exactly. There's many ways to describe it.
Yep. That's what we're going to do here now. Then we have to run power to it. You know what I mean, Vern?
Yes, I do. We're getting her.
Well, it takes a little bit of time. It's an easy install. It's just that it takes time when you record.
It does, yeah.
Okay? So that's it there. So what I can do here with that is I'll sort that away. Like I say, one thing about it, we don't really need that tray now. So that's the perfect use for it.
Yeah, isn't it?
I think so. I really do. I'll fix this up a little later. I just want to tidy it up for now because it's like a spaghetti factory blew up.
It is. There we go. Stuff her in there.
So now we have to go after our power wire and a ground wire for it. So we'll do that now.
Okay.
Hey, bud.
You're a spy.
Yeah. We're going to hook this up to here. Oh,
Oh, what'd you forget?
electric grease.
How could you forget that stuff?
Because I put it all back for some silly reason.
You thought you were done.
And I thought I was done with it. So that's going to go there. So I have that wire here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take...
Snip, snip.
I don't like that word.
It is what it is.
So I'm just going to basically take my ground and I'm going to put a little eyelet over here and I'm going to ground it off over here. Then I'm going to take my power line and I'm going to put a connector on it there so I can disconnect if I have to. And technically it's hooked up, it's just a matter of tidying it up, so we'll come back when I get that done. Okay, so I just got it basically all tied up here. I ended up soldering that wire and heat shrinking it because I don't need to have a connector on it because I already got a connector coming from the end.
Okay.
And it's protected in two places. It's got a fuse here and a relay, and of course their own built-in
That's right.
line fuse, so it's okay. It's hooked up to the accessory and ignition, plus it's got this on and off switch here if I need to kill it real quick. So there's a lot to it. So we're just going to put it back together and we'll be right back. And that's how you install an MC600B Boss all-terrain speaker, Bluetooth speaker system.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
Isn't it? Now if
Good
you got
job.
up there, you'll be able to look down and see the two speakers, right?
Yeah, let me see from back here.
Yeah. So it's
There they be.
it's kind of a unique install on this, but there's a unique install on all of them because it's a universal outfit.
That's right.
It's not made for anything, but it's made for everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Everybody's application's different, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So what I'm going to do is we're going to give you a sound bite test,
Right.
but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it private, and I'm going to put in the description of this video a link that you can click on and hear this, because if I add this to this video, they're going to ding us for copyright infringement. I don't care on a private video if they ding me for copyright infringement, because it's not like I'm letting the world see it. It's only people who view this video is going to get to hear it.
Perfect.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
So I think we have one more mod to do. Well, it's not even a major mod, but one of the things, another Amazon purchase that'll be here maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. So we'll leave that for a few days, and we'll do that then for you. So hope you enjoyed it. It's we've already pre-tested it. It sounds great. You know, it is what it is. It's like in the States, these are less than $100 this system. In Canada, I think Fortnite wanted $250 and Amazon wanted $120 for the exact same system.
Mm.
You know, and then with Amazon, you can buy the extra 2-year warranty for $15.
Can't go wrong.
So it is what it is, right? So hopefully we'll be able to tell you, like, by the end of next summer, as my late father would say, please God, if I live, I'll be able to tell you if it lasted or if it didn't. I didn't get out the driveway with it.
True.
Right? You don't know, eh?
No.
But it do sound good, and you know what? I like the quality build. It's a nice quality looking design.
Oh, it sure is.
You know, everything's got nice plugs on it, and everything's, like, the speakers themselves are heavy.
Yeah.
And of course the amplifier looks well sealed, and they give you plenty of wiring.
Oh yeah, it's no problem.
So, you know, if I was installing it again, I'd still use the relay system as per their instructions. I had put it in, but I didn't know we had to have one. So it worked out okay. Anyway, folks, we'll let you go. So click on the description. In the description, click on the link, and that'll get you to the sound test with this one. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and keep on commenting. We read them all. There's no possible way that I can even remotely come close to answering them anymore. There's too many. Plus, we have almost 1,100 friends on Facebook, and it's overwhelming. So you participate as much as you can, but we have a life too.
Exactly.
And questions are coming in about tractors and motorcycles and snowmobiles and side-by-sides and everything. So you can't keep up with it, eh? But we do read them all. So we'll see you next video, folks. Take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.